Vampire Logan here. We are gonna play some D&D tonight. It is episode 20 of Eve of Ruin, and I guess we can do a recap first.
Yep, let's do it. Where did we
Alrighty.
leave our intrepid adventurers last week?
Well,
Still inside
we started
the
by
creepy what?
starting by fighting the creepy tentacle bear.
Oh god.
Which actually went a lot quicker than we kind of thought it was going to. And then we were ambushed by two Durgaloth as we headed down the cavern a bit more. One
That
of them,
included the one that got away from downstairs.
the one that got away was there.
Fucking guy.
And guess what? He got away again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Fallon tried to chase him.
Yeah.
See Durgaloth.
He didn't succeed.
Trixie and false.
We hate him.
We hate them. We hate them. We hate them even more, but we'll talk about that later. And then we
Olympic
came in.
sprinter Durgaloth.
We found a
Oh,
corpse.
There he is. Yeah, we found a corpse in a captain chair wearing a dented silver helmet
Weird
with
little helmet.
some weird noise going on inside. And where he was sitting, he was looking out of the giant Iron Man through the yellow transparent barrier. Which oddly enough, none of us tried to touch, lick, or anything else. Which is kind of a little weirded out
the
by
helmet.
that.
Well, Sasha triggered a combat.
Yes. Oh yes, and Sasha went in the next room, and there was three Daggerfall guards in there who turned around and suddenly were whites,
They were ghosts.
and each of them had a
I was
wisp. with
merely
them.
exploring. Trigger
Yeah.
combat sounds so bad.
Should the map be
That
visible?
does sound pretty bad. You were just trying to be friendly. You're always
I
trying
need
to
to
be friendly.
refresh.
Sasha just walked into the other room and they said, "Die."
Yeah. After they were gone, we went and took a look. I decided to put on the helm, and I got a vision of a man dressed in Daggerfall regalia. The walls were in the Iron Man were pristine, and he turns with his hand on the helmet. He says, "It's time. It's time. We must go now." And then suddenly something went wrong, and
They ended up in a mountain.
and they ended up in a mountain, and he ended up taking a chunk of metal, I guess, to his head. I keep thinking that it was a rock, but
Well, it could have been from the mountain.
I guess it could have been because the Iron Man merged with the mountain. So
Wasn't a rock.
Yeah,
It was a
it's-
rock lobster.
It's mostly like the walls here are like stone and metal, so
Okay.
it's both.
Yeah. So this is some
Something
sort
gone.
of.
Yep.
We figure a helmet of control. It controls this machine somehow, but we don't know.
It did
when-
once. It doesn't so much
It did
anymore.
once. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's all busted up. We
When
climbed up the
Cora did try
spine.
to Cora did originally have it. Wolfhum put it on, and he failed a Constitution saving throw and got froze in
Yeah.
place. And then she didn't want us to put the helmet on again.
No,
but
she very
we
much did
wanted-
not, and she was
we
very
wanted
angry
to.
about the insistence.
But I
we
did
thought
it anyway.
was important.
hmm
I'll be in trouble later. That's fine. We climbed up the spine, up into the shoulders. So we got up there. Each of the shoulders had a ballista on it. Walked into a room that
Two in each shoulder.
right. We walked into a room that clearly had this ornate chest that looked like Mimic, smelled like Mimic.
Was
Had box
weirdly
text like Mimic.
accurately
Had
described.
box text
Yeah.
like Mimic, and
It was,
we threw something at it.
described.
Sure enough, it was a Mimic. So yeah, destroyed it before it could do anything. Got a
Sorry,
couple
you
hundred gold
guys
out
were
of that.
like, "Oh, this is a mimic." I was fully about to go and open that fucking door. No hesitation was about to do. I was didn't even
Exactly.
think about it. I was like, "Oh, cool, a chest." Doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, I don't.
And then
I
you
don't
guys
know
were
that
like, "That's a
anybody.
mimic."
Yeah, I don't think anybody nowadays that plays this game. Well, apart from apparently one person.
Yeah, except for apparently
sees
me.
a chest sitting, a nice looking chest sitting alone in a room. It's instantly everybody else is like Mimic, and no, not everybody.
Alan goes, "Oh, chest."
Talon's like, I can bite that.
No fucking brain cells.
And then what else? What else? We went over to and that was where that arm ended. We went to the other arm that was not stuck in the mountainside. Went down to the end, or we had a whole bunch of cells in it. All of them were empty. We went down to the very end, and there was a lever that opened a portal to an anti-grav that goes inside the hand. So I guess the assumption is that you could go into the hand and get things, or things could be put up into that hand, and you could take them up through this little portal. And then we went
There was
back to the
nothing there.
spine to go back up, and that darn Durgaloth was back.
The last one. Yep.
And
Yeah,
He's
he
got
gave
some kind of
the
magical
hose.
cannon that he
Yeah,
shot down at you.
and he killed Wolfham.
Yeah, it was rude, and I'm gonna fucking get him.
So
Mhm.
he unfortunately, there's no way he's gonna talk himself out of this because he's in trouble big. I realized, well, I don't have to worry about any repercussions for putting on the helmet because suddenly there's somebody else that's in way more trouble than me.
True.
This is true. Yes, and he fires this cannon. Let me see if I can get the description of it here. Yeah, it ejects a jet of water down on you, and most of you get out of the way. Most of you actually all rolled 23 exactly, which
Yeah.
is quite the
Yes.
coincidence. But those of you who didn't, which includes Cora and Wolfham.
Just
Cora-
Wolfham.
Just
Was it?
Wolfham.
Was
Just
it?
Cora
Wolfham.
wasn't.
Okay.
Cora wasn't in the space
Oh, okay.
because she
Then
was being pissy about Ramses and Fallon insisting about the thing. So she
right.
was
So
staying back.
that roll was probably your
Yeah, Wolfham. There's no name
Wolfham's roll,
separation, unfortunately.
Oh, what are we drinking?
So
Sorry.
yeah, takes a blast from this jet of water and then falls 20 feet down to land and take another more damage from the fall,
was already dead.
expiring dramatically. Yes. And you glance up at Durgaloth, who's taking a momentary victory celebration at the top with this holding this
Sword is
cannon,
stuffed animal.
but he
About to die.
suddenly realizes that all he took out was your familiar, and the worry crosses over his face.
Not
And
even
we're in
familiar
initiative, and
in
we've
real
already
life.
rolled, so Shabaka, you're up. It's 20 feet of movement to get up to the top.
I have 50, so I will engulf him and also slam him twice. Because I am a fire
Okay.
elemental right now. Sorry,
I
my
wonder if
voice
they're
is a
immune to
little harsh.
fire.
I had a cold recently, so.
Oh, good man. Where are we? Oh,
I just have to pull up my character sheet here.
And the one thing you notice, he's not bloodied, but he is not fully healed from the last conflict you guys had.
Well, it wasn't that long ago.
No,
Actually,
it
no,
was
we took
not.
a short rest.
But he's still not fully healed. This is his third fight as well.
That's true.
Fire
It's a
elemental.
Durgaloth named Strahd.
Sasha, what are you having in your carpenter's cup there?
It looks like it should be something really fun, but all it is unsweet iced tea.
Oh, it looks like something really fun.
Yeah.
For anyone watching, he's posted that into Discord. It's a nice decanter.
Yeah, I bought it for $1 at a garage sale.
No way.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Looks expensive.
Decanter of endless iced tea.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay,
Time to
I have a
partake.
touch melee weapon attack. I can make 2 of those, and it's +6 to hit. So I'll just do the dice
Do
roll.
it. Hit him with a
AC
chair.
15s. That's a hit.
Hit him with a fire elemental.
16 plus, yeah, so. And that one will be 2d6 plus 3. So that'll be 15 damage.
Ooh,
Wow,
max
16.
damage.
Nice. And the second one is a 12 plus 6, 18. That should hit.
He is resistant to fire as this damage comes in.
Oh, well.
You have just learned this.
Yeah, demons.
Then
Gain this
as
insight
my
just now.
bonus action, actually, not. I'm gonna just wait until these guys get up here because I'll take a few hits with my fire elemental form before I drop it.
Yeah, might as well. So that 12 is 12 plus 6, right? That's going to hit.
Yeah, that does hit, but it's fire, so it doesn't do anything.
Well, he's resistant,
No,
not
it's
immune.
resistant. Only it's
Oh,
half
okay.
damage.
So 8 plus 3 is 11.
11 is 5.
There we go. Fallon.
Woohoo! Fallon is gonna climb.
Oh, and he
up.
also takes a D10 for being the inside.
Roll the
one.
D10. Is that the start of his turn, or it was soon when you walk onto him?
First time it enters a creature's space on that turn, that creature. Oh, on its turn.
Okay. I think
Okay,
this is the creature's turn, which is your turn.
No, the creature, as in the one that's inside.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
That creature takes first time.
Well, we'll do it. We'll do it at the
is.
start of his turn.
It's the first time I enter the creature's space. That creature takes time. Okay, yeah, so do the D10. 2 more damage.
Which is 1.
Probably doesn't do much.
Fallon.
Awesome. Fallon comes up.
He's technically on fire
And then-
now as well.
Hunter's mark. Bonus action.
And kick his ass.
Going to attack him with her sword. And that's a nat 20.
Wait.
Nice.
Fucking go, which is a 31.
And obviously, he's
so
not resistant to.
And
I'm sorry.
also max damage.
No.
Wow.
15. He's already taken damage, so he's got 6. So that's 15 plus 11 for sneak attack plus 6. So that's
It's 26. 20 out of 32.
yeah. Okay. 32 plus Hunter's mark for another 5.
37.
So that's 37. And then what do I roll for what gets doubled for
All the dice.
All dice.
all the dice?
Yep.
Holy shit. Okay. So that's 2d8.
Roll all of
Even
them.
my sneak attack?
Yep.
Yeah.
All the dice.
Then that's hold on. How many sneak attack dice do I have? I think I have 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, and then 1 more d6. Okay, so that's 6 dice that I'm about to roll again.
Good.
Oh,
Poor
that's
creature
very
didn't even
good.
stand
And that's
a
another
chance.
27
57.
damage.
64 total.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay.
He killed Wolfham!
Oh yeah, he
He
deserves.
feels real bad about it right now.
Yeah, and then second attack, I hit him again.
Oh, shit.
Ah, jeez.
Awesome.
It's gonna be a lot less impressive. Yeah, so 22 to hit.
That does it.
8 plus 3. So that time it's
11.
just 11 damage.
Still standing, but not in great shape.
That's
For
my turn.
Sasha.
Okay. Well, can I see him from where I'm at right now?
He's got pretty good cover from you. Then you're in a 0 grav
So I go up.
tunnel. It's like 40 feet above you. So you could hover up 30 feet and fire from there. You'd probably get rid of the cover if you move to the other side of the tunnel.
I'll do that. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. So let's move my token to. Oh, don't do this. Here you go to there, but
That's
I
good.
guess down. You get the
Down
gist.
10, yep.
Yeah. All right. Popping a.
You're between the
crossbow
neck
shot.
and the head. Yep. The tunnel does continue above you, by the way. There's more
Oh, so
heads.
close. It was going to be a crit, but not.
Mm.
Oh,
All right, rolling damage. 14. And this is with a regular crossbow.
Okay, so 7 then.
Yep. And then second shot, I guess.
Yep.
There's a 16 hit.
It does. 15's you're looking for.
All right,
Sasha
and
has crossbow expert.
yep,
Nice.
a total of 4 points of damage on that one because he doesn't get
Oh,
sneak attack with it.
He's rough.
Yeah,
He's
Did you get sneak attack on the first one?
yeah.
Okay, good.
It was a really crappy roll.
Yeah.
Second roll sneak
Okay.
attack was great, but it didn't count.
so it doesn't count. Yeah.
Unfortunate.
God damn it.
Done.
Man,
Oh,
this thing can
vanquish
do
you,
a
you
lot of
rotten
damage.
beast.
Okay, and with that, Cora's up.
Alrighty, so she seeing Wolfhelm, you know,
On the ground.
yeah, not necessarily like that. Although, you know what might be more horrifying? You said this was a anti-gravity environment. Would it have fallen?
So it was pushed down the
Okay,
This
river
is
by the
momentum.
jet of water.
The
It
momentum
just
brought
caught
it
in.
down.
Yeah,
Poor, poor baby.
Yeah, but it was
So-
like accelerated downward for every moment it was in the thing. It's essentially like it's like falling damage.
But once the jet's off, which it is right now, does Wolfram just start to float?
Oh gosh,
Um,
horrifying.
Yes, basically at the bottom. It's not like high, but it's a little bit.
Yeah, because it doesn't go up. Like you have to move yourself
Yeah,
up.
you have to move.
Yeah. When you're pressed down by a force and that force is relieved, you will float up a little bit. Just because you were kind of, compressed.
Okay, so Cora is gonna pop into the pit, the neck, the
Mhm.
spine.
The spine. Because Wolfram is 20 feet below you, down where the chest
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, that's sad. Well, Cora can look up and see like the barest shimmer of fire elemental Shabaka burning a bug alive.
Mhm.
And she's
And then
gonna
Thomas
aim
comes
for it.
Go for it. So it's got cover from where you are. So that's
Cora
going to be
doesn't
plus
care about
5 AC.
cover.
So
Cora doesn't use
we're
cover.
looking for 20 is what you're looking for.
Cora doesn't
Oh,
get affected by cover.
Oh, right.
No
Okay, sorry.
sniper.
Yep.
Neither
Nice.
do
I remember that came up last time now. And then,
Yeah. Yeah, Cora doesn't. This is very good use of her feet. She
Yep.
doesn't get affected by cover. Get him. Okay, that is a 21 to hit.
hit.
Nice.
Not 14. Hello. Actually, this is the it's 12 damage. 12 damage. I was thinking the
12
hex thing.
damage.
That
Takes him out.
Nice.
The
and I
force
just
bolt goes up through his arm, and
I want him to fling up and out with the force of the bolt with her 10-foot push. It goes 10 foot upwards.
Smash
in a
into the
streak of fire because he's currently on fire from the fire elemental. So yeah, he comes up and bounces off the ceiling, lands
It's like
back
a
on the floor
skyrocket.
in flames.
Well, that combat was a lot shorter than I expected it to be.
Right?
Well, wait until we see the dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
Dragon.
Yeah, his other 700 buddies.
Oh, oh no.
And for those of you, Shabaka and Sasha and everyone else, and Fallon, as you make your way up, the mechanical guts of what must have been a magical cannon were are mounted here on the platform in this room. To the south, a 3-foot-tall ledge is all that separates this chamber from the open air. If not for the dense mist of the high moor, this window would afford a spectacular view.
Cool.
Reminds me of Barovia.
Misty.
Yeah.
Misty.
I need to go collect Wolf Hum. I'll be back. And Cora goes down.
Hmm.
Oh, there's a higher part? I'm gonna go take a look
There
at the
is, yep.
view.
Yeah, you can see.
might as well.
You can make out some slight shapes out there, and you can like when you were making your way across the misty fields of the moors. You every now and then, like across on the wind, you hear the sounds of battle. Someone screams. There's a clang. Some demon makes some god awful noise that you're not sure what it is. All very faint and all very far away. You can tell under the mist that this is going on. It's a good thing you have some indication that this is going to work out well.
Sounds like we're at a Metallica concert.
I'm the fire.
Sorry, you said this is where the main cannon would have been?
So the cannon is here. The
Okay.
The Durgaloth.
the
had it.
Durgaloth is holding it. It is tethered to the wall with
I
a
see.
20-foot hose. So it can only be moved 20 feet from this location.
Got it.
It could
Do you have a hose stretcher?
theoretically extend into the room above, or to the neck,
Okay.
or over to the entrance where Shabaka and Sasha are. You could move it up there and shoot outside, but there's nothing to aim at right now.
Is this a glass like edge around this? Or is it open?
This is open. So this is the first thing you've seen that's open. Like the around the shoulders and all those areas there was like an yellow-orange force field that covered all the gaps. But this one is actually open.
Hmm.
But don't stand too close.
Yeah, get the fuck off the edge.
Well, you think about how tall this thing is. 300 feet tall.
Well, lying on the ground.
What?
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
partly on the
technically
ground.
it's probably about 150
No, it's-
before you impact
well,
like
yeah,
the
but-
hillside or something.
No, I was more going the fact of if it wasn't in the hillside, and this thing
Oh,
is
yeah.
300 feet
So-
tall, the water pressure on that cannon has got to be insane.
Also,
So,
how do you-
yeah,
it must
so
be really hard to aim.
yeah. You can't tell if this is okay. There's one thing you can tell. You can tell that this is not a vehicle-to-vehicle weapon. This is for repelling borders, keeping people out of the neck, keeping people away from the mouth, things
Got it.
like that.
Okay.
It's not for attacking other giant walking robot men
Or hitting people that are on the ground.
or hitting people that
That
are on the
makes
ground.
sense.
No, it'd be
That
a
makes
it'd be a
sense, 'cause I was
fine
like, how
miss
do
by
you-
the time it got to the ground.
I was like, how do you aim like that
Right?
far away? That's crazy. No, you don't. Okay, that's the answer. Is you don't.
Does anyone want to test fire this thing?
Nope. But you guys can go ahead if you want.
Yeah, keep it away from me.
I'll look at it carefully.
Yeah.
It
That's
looks like
Chewbacca.
it's got the basic controls of a crossbow. A little thing you squeeze or pull underneath. You hold it like point it where you want it to go.
Well, you want to bring it with us?
Yeah. Does anyone?
I
No.
can only go
20
20
Anyone
feet.
want to see what it does?
You get to drink from the
Shoot it.
fire hose.
Where are you gonna point it?
Like, if we hear demonic noises from a certain area, I'd kind of aim it over there.
I was going to say, why don't you wash the Durgaloth off this floor?
Yeah.
You pressure washing
Yeah.
the Durgaloth. Get him out of there.
That's the thing.
Do it.
Oh, he's
Okay.
really ingrained into the dirt.
We'll pressure wash the
stonework.
Durgaloth off the floor.
Yeah, he rolls a couple times in the stream of the hose and then falls out the mouth quite far.
Whoa.
You get the impression this could eject a jet of water in like pretty solidly in the 60-foot line, and like hit anything in that line like a lightning bolt type thing except water.
Yep.
Wow. This is great.
But it's connected to the wall with a hose, and it only has 20 feet of hose.
Well, you can bring it 20 feet and see if That's helpful.
Shall we climb up
alright.
to the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Might as well.
I'll go
Yeah,
first.
Fallon's waiting. Fallon's waiting
Up we
in the
go.
fucking neck. Like, come on, are we going?
I want to do something. I haven't bit anything yet
Time to-
today.
Time to go up into the brain box.
Or she bit.
He has
She bit one of the whites.
So many things.
Yeah.
She's bitten
Yeah.
so many things today.
You just have to redefine today. Yeah.
Ooh,
She
wait a
bit,
minute.
she
Is that a
bit
puzzle?
white, and Cora was like,
I don't know.
"Stop doing
It's
that."
a pretty small maze.
You know,
It
at
does look
one
like
point
a maze,
you
though, doesn't
you
it?
are going to bite something that you will regret. I'm telling you.
I mean, she has many times.
I bit a
Dripping
fucking amber
pipes
golem.
and rusty chains hang from the 15-foot high ceiling of this chamber. Deep red light courses rhythmically through the pipes, which converge on a large object atop a circular dais. The object resembles an oversized brain made of
Ooh.
iron gray ceramic. Its surface is molded with countless grooves that form mesmerizing patterns. A crack along the ceramic brain's frontal lobe leaks a thin gray liquid that pools around the dais. Floating above the brain and scattering light across the room is a small, slender object.
Ooh.
A piece of the Rod of Seven Parts.
Dang, let's get
Hey,
that.
Shabaka, could you turn off the lights, please? It's kind of hard to
And
fit in here.
in Discord, you will see a... See what
Ooh,
you see.
I hate how shiny it is.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
It's-
This
Shiny
feels
Upsetting.
All right,
this
I'll drop
feels
the elemental form.
unneeded. Should we touch that? Should we make sure it's not
Fallon
cursed
is
to
already
ghost?
reaching for it.
What do you mean, we?
I'm going to use Mage Hand.
Yes.
Okay.
I was about to expend a thing to fly, but it's like
You want to make sure not all of us are in this room before you do that?
Fallon steps back.
Or
Ramses will not step back.
Well, Fallon was actively reaching for it, and then Cora was like, maybe we shouldn't touch it. And so Fallon was like, oh.
Hold one second. Just let me do a little read ahead.
just in case it is in fact trapped, because that thing looks like a trap.
No, it doesn't.
Not to be
It looks
read
like it's
out
gonna
loud.
eat you.
You know what? The one thing it doesn't look
actually,
like
before you
a
get
mimic.
to like while you're discussing what to do about the piece, the gray matter
one
that's
hand
been
out.
leaking out of it and is around it coalesces into a form also visible in Discord.
Oh,
Ooh,
moment,
that's
please.
cool looking.
She's pretty.
That one's not gross. Yeah, she is pretty.
It's a
looks a
he.
little
I was gonna say it looks like a dude. But that's
Yeah.
just
It can still be a she, like the ocean is a
Yeah,
her.
I don't know. I
boat is a
immediately
her?
assumed it was sure.
no judging.
And most
I
hurricanes
can
were
see the
hers
lack
up
of
until a
tit.
certain
I can
point.
see the lack of tit, but still, we haven't
Some
asked their
girlies
pronouns
got no
yet.
tit. I don't know what you're talking about.
The form coalesces in front of you, and it kind of looks around the room, somewhat surprised, looks down at its own hands, turns them over, flexes its fingers, his fingers.
Their fingers.
Yeah. And looks up at you and what happened?
day.
I thought I was going to be fighting the demons.
We took care of that for you.
Who are you?
Yeah, I'm afraid there was an accident. You did not land correctly, and the machine was destroyed.
The machine is all I am now. I am Ixium Endosium. I am
Yeah, figured.
Oh,
the mage who created this machine.
Cool.
Unfortunately, getting it moving required not only this, he says, offhandedly gesturing behind him, but also me and my body and my life. And it was all for naught?
I wouldn't say for naught.
Wait, real quick, didn't he use it in the first war?
The first Dragon Spear War?
Yeah,
No, this was
I thought he did. Okay.
After.
Then
So,
found
your
Jay's
goal is
silence.
to deal with the demons, right? They're out there. You can hear them if you listen carefully out in the landscape.
I hear them, but I don't hear. What I hear doesn't make me happy. This was to
About
be our big secret weapon, and it's going to do nothing.
Is there a way to fix that?
A couple things. I mean, historically, it did nothing.
Right.
I mean,
Well,
this
he's
is
no,
it's
we
we're
unfortunate.
engaging a
They-
conversation
that the
Yeah.
war is won.
because I'm sure he's thought about these kinds of things. Maybe he'll tell us. So will be some insight that we can bring with us back to the future.
Yeah, I
so to
think we
speak.
could. Yeah, true. I was gonna say we could just get out
Alan
of
is
here.
biting her tongue because she's like 3 seconds away from being like, yeah, it was for nothing. Anyway,
yeah.
Oh, joy,
she's
aren't you?
biting her tongue. She's like, not an appropriate thing
Yeah,
to
sucks
say.
to be you, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
bummer.
can we like have that rod now?
Yeah,
Um,
he ain't using it. So, guess what?
Shabaka
so
says,
what?
"Is there anything that we could do for you? I know this. You're part of this inert object now, but is there anything we can do for you to make
Free you?
for you or
Some
Look,
insight you can
pass
impart
on to your
upon us that
gods.
maybe we can bring with us.
Is there anything you can do to get my body out of this mountain?
where is
The
it?
answer to that is no, by the way.
Oh,
Probably not.
oh, he means
I'm
the,
not really
the
an engineer.
robot. No,
Yeah.
we don't
Yeah.
have that
So-
kind of power.
You are irrevocably attached. Your soul, your spirit cannot be separated.
I am this body's blood.
As you are, it is a liability to leave that magic item here. The demons will come for it. The devils, the fiends. You are a liability now.
Can it not? Can I?
I wish we could help, but your body's too massive. There's nothing that can be done in the time frame that we have.
I have a
It's my
question.
life's work for naught.
Is there any specific? I don't know how to state this gently, but you were betrayed, were you not?
I hope not.
How is it
I
that your
guess
body
I don't
came
know.
to be in a mountain?
Indeed. I don't think the demons are capable of this. I would think potentially an insider or someone.
I don't know. Teleportation is always a risky thing. I kind of assumed we had it sorted.
Oh my gosh.
Who's
If
involved
this
with
was
the
just the
teleportation?
error in a simple teleportation spell that was off by a few hundred
200
meters,
feet.
Jesus.
that would be, well, very embarrassing.
Disappointing.
My life story may be written much more differently than I had hoped.
What do we
I have a
know?
question.
Did we know anything else about Ixium Endosium? Good guy, bad guy. Like, what was the
Worked for
general?
He was the mage for Daggerfall. Worked for the royal court there.
Was trying
seemed to
kill
be
me.
a stand-up guy. Gambled a little. Don't think you guys
Was
figured
there-
that part out yet.
Clearly.
But,
Do you-
Was there
Do you
perhaps
think-
someone else involved with the location of your landing spot?
well, I mean, obviously the captain. Did the captain escape? If the captain escaped, I would definitely suspect him.
Does he see the
Or,
helmet that? Does he see
yeah.
the helmet that that
Ramses.
Ramses has?
Ah, probably not him then.
If it was, he unfortunately took a blow to the head when you guys landed.
Are you able to wear this helmet? You could actually see something.
Give it to me.
Give it to him.
Yes.
He as he brings it up to his head, and it gets closer, and he starts to wince. His eyes, just even as it starts to get close to his head, you can tell the pain is somewhat overwhelming. I can't.
Don't.
Leave this with me. I will get it. I'll get it. I swear.
Do you
How
have?
much study will it take?
I have
Pardon?
a question.
Yeah, I got one
How
too.
much
Go ahead.
study will it take?
Oh, unfortunately, this is not. This is not study. This is a successful improbable saving throw.
I suspect then that the person who is the armor cannot be the pilot. Is that what I'm hearing?
Correct.
So putting that on you is nigh impossible.
I
Yes.
built this. I designed this. In time, I think I will figure out how to wear this. Historically, you know this thing never moves again.
Yeah,
But you don't know what else might transpire.
yeah,
I have a
yeah,
question.
fair. Go ahead.
Which is he linked? Is he linked to the robot or to the rod?
He is linked to the brain and all the gray liquid that you've seen throughout this place. The
Okay,
little
so
river,
he's
the
not linked
trickle,
to the-
all that stuff.
So he isn't linked to the rod then. Okay.
So, sorry. So I'm sorry. I've been waiting to ask a question here as well, which is it's along the same lines. If he was to leave here as that pot, like a pool of liquid, what he is right now, that pool of liquid, does he have to be near the brain to? Does he think he needs to be near the brain to sustain that, or does he think that if he was taken as that pool away from here, does he think that it would still stay cohesive?
No, I
Conscience
think
stay
unless
intact.
I can do something with this helmet or with this body, I can't leave here like this.
We can't like put him in a jar and
No.
see if
I
we bring
can't
with us?
leave this, he says, gesturing at the giant brain.
What kind of save is the brain helmet con save?
On.
It is Khan, but more specifically, he's the only one who needs to make this particular save.
Would bless help?
It would a
Guidance.
little.
Mm,
I'll cast guidance on him.
No,
no,
cast
bless.
bless. Oh,
Can't use both.
drat. Let's see what I can do.
No guidance. No bless. It can be blessed because that's for saving throws. Guidance is for
Oh,
ability
for a skill
check.
check.
Skill rolls. Yep.
And then let me look at Crusader's mantle. Radiates extra radiant damage.
How much does he
no,
get
so
from
it does
bless?
is more damage. Plus D4.
A D4.
Yeah, it's not gonna do it. Nope. So he says, "Thanks you for
It's a
your
Constitution save, huh?
yeah."
Yeah.
12
Ooh,
plus
does
2.
he get the
What do you
benefits
got
from
there?
being near Sasha, who's a
Yeah.
paladin?
That won't do it.
Is it
Damn.
Is it a wisdom saving throw?
No, it was con.
Nope, it's con.
Con.
Well, this was
Well,
a different
being
one.
near
so that's why I was
paladin
asking.
plus.
Yeah.
It's-
Is there a spell that enhances Constitution?
His
that
D20 came up
someone else
12,
has?
and so there's a lot of ground to cover there. I think it's unlikely to happen.
Is there a way we could possibly transport his consciousness back with us to Warden Canaan?
Well, I
I'm
thought
asking
about
you
that.
I'm-
That's why I was
yeah.
asking
Well,
if he left here.
That's what we were asking about,
Yeah.
like if it was connected to the rod.
If he can't
or...
leave here without, because like he's attached to the brain, basically. Because otherwise, I think we could get him out of here. But I don't think that's
Is
the
there?
case.
I'll have to ask him. Don't take this the wrong way, but is there actually a way to kill you, or you're it? You're stuck here.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I'm sure I could die. He says somewhat hesitantly, like looking at you suddenly in a different light.
Yeah,
and
fair.
a little bit more
No,
paranoid.
ask because there are
Yeah.
items that protect your soul in the event of your death, and those items are portable.
Okay, what you got there? If this
Ring of Mind shielding.
brain were destroyed,
A ring of
I
mind
was-
shielding would do it, but I don't possess one.
I do.
Yeah, we gave it back, didn't we? To
No. No, I kept it.
You have it?
Yep.
well, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Holy
So his
shit!
consciousness, if he were attuned to the ring of mind shielding and he were to die, would go into the ring.
Holy shit, we could bring this guy with us.
We have a pocket engineer. Can we have a
Just
pocket
like-
engineer?
That's great for Cora, actually.
Well, that wasn't in the plan, but it seems like a pretty good plan to me now.
I like how we're here, like, so.
Mages from
How can we
history,
make
gotta
another
catch 'em
friend?
all.
Yep.
Okay.
We're literally
So-
just collecting weird old magic men.
Yeah.
Pokemages.
The collection of the old magic men. Is that like the extraordinary
Really
gentleman
weird.
thing?
We've got Mordekainen, we've got Exothanter, we've got this fucking guy now.
Some people collect keys. Some people collect
We collect
baseball
old
bits.
dudes.
Others collect dolls.
We collect weird old magic men.
Yeah. So we could do that.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome.
So here's the question: if we take you away from here, would you prefer that we destroyed this so that it doesn't fall into enemy hands?
Well, we are gonna take the rod, so
We are, but
Sure.
I mean,
But
the
what
brain
remains
looks very
also probably needs to.
right.
Yeah.
Historically, what happened? It was left here, wasn't it?
It was just
Yeah, it was left here.
we know that it never moved again, but we don't know that we didn't break the brain.
Mm.
No, you don't
And
know
we
anything
if
about the
he's
brain.
still there.
I go because the
So-
one thing that I'm worried about for you, and my colleagues has asked whether or not you could die if you're separated from the brain. Basically, your gray fluid has been leaking all throughout this, and is even pooling at the very base of this Iron Man. So I don't know how long how much fluid is in that, and when it will eventually run dry.
Seems like an endless decanter of brain goo.
It does seem like it at the moment.
Yes, I should also warn you that if you do disturb the power source, the Guardians will awaken.
That's fine. We have to do that anyway.
Yeah.
Is if we disturb it and the Guardians awaken, could you talk to them?
Unfortunately, no. You probably could escape without dealing with them if you were ready and you knew
Okay.
that was your plan. But
Okay.
there
Well,
are
where do they come
Guardians
from?
that will come to life when if any of the major systems are disturbed.
Where would these
That
guardians
might happen
be?
with my death as well. Also, if you touch the rod piece,
Ha.
yeah, that's not good. But a dispel magic will suppress that effect for a minute.
So sounds like we need a long rest.
No, we
No.
just need the
Mm.
minute.
No.
We quite literally only need a minute. We're good.
Well,
Oh,
no, because he
okay.
needs to attune to the ring.
Well, no.
That's,
So
that's
we
an
just
hour.
don't touch it. We don't touch it. We let him attune to the ring,
Yeah.
and
And we
then
prepare.
we
And take
prepare.
a short rest at the same time.
Yeah. Oh,
I
sure.
can fix Wolf Hum in that time.
Sure, do it.
Oh, sweet.
Oh wow.
All right, so hold on. Let's plan this out. You said there was a way to deal with this and not have to deal with the Guardians.
Yes. Yes,
Map
I
this
have a
out ahead of
perfect
time
way.
so we're all
We-
aware of this before doing anything.
So I have a way. And hopefully it's just going to work as easy as it should.
Okay.
As soon as we grab it, we will all appear at the mansion. How's that?
Yeah, that's
So the portal to the mansion is a long way from here.
Word of recall.
I'm assuming he has
Word of
some
recall.
sort of teleportation.
That is exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And that is why
Right.
I spent the time setting up the sanctuary on the mansion side so that
I
at
fucking
a
forgot
moment's
about
notice,
that.
we can
I
use
did
Word of
not.
Recall and take all of us from here to there instantly.
That's
I do
fucking
have
good.
a secondary plan in case that goes south is Featherfall and we just jump.
Yes.
That's not bad either.
Fair.
You'd have to jump from the floor down because there's no
Yes.
opening in the brain
It's okay.
chamber. But yeah.
Well, I can cast it on
Well, if
anyone I can see. So what my thought would be is that I will cast Dispel Magic to give us 1 minute of time here. Everybody, like after we go down the hole, right? Or everybody's is down the hole, down one level.
well,
we
everyone
will-
can go down there if you want. Everybody can go down there and Fallon can grab it because she's got more movement speed than anybody else.
I only need to be within visible range of everybody.
All right.
But I'm saying that if everyone else is already down there, Fallon has more movement speed, so she can like hop down there
Sure.
faster. And so if everyone's prepared to be down there, and then if to recall whatever doesn't work, and Cora has to do Featherfall, Fallon can also dash as a bonus action and
Sure.
as a regular action, and moves 35 feet. So she fast.
All right.
Sounds
So
I was just gonna
my
fly.
friends, what do we? Okay, so the game plan is we have him attune to the Ring of
Attune to
Mind
the ring.
Shielding. So I just got to ask him. So he's aware of this plan. He's in the planning we're doing
Yep.
right now in front of him. How do you die?
I'll tell you what. Hand me that cannon, and I'll
Okay.
do it.
I'm assuming Sasha has it under his
Oh.
arm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here. This thing is cool, by the way.
Yeah. I know, right? I invented
going-
everything you see here, but I was especially proud of this.
It is quite amazing.
Yeah.
He's
it
going
just
to water hose
pushes
himself.
your concerns
Yeah.
away.
Yep. But it also allows me to take my own life rather than, well,
Wait, what?
anything else.
Okay, so someone just got to be ready to catch the ring,
Yep, I'll grab it.
and
Fallon will
then
stand
Oh.
nearby because she's got very fast
someone else got to be ready to grab the wand.
Alan's
or
gonna
this-
grab the rod.
Okay. What do we?
Oh yeah.
Anything else
Well, we're not
missing?
gonna do the rod. We're not gonna have to. We don't have to do like the instant
Immediately.
I guess.
Yeah, we'll have
Right.
a minute.
Yeah.
We'll have a minute.
But he
So,
did mention
so
that guardians may come to alive once he is unalive.
yep. So it's okay to touch the rod piece if you've cast Dispel Magic on it.
Yep.
And it's okay for the following minute. So I just want to make sure that Dispel Magic gets
Yep.
into the plan if
It is.
okay. Who's casting that?
I will.
Okay.
I can get mine ready as a backup.
Cora's already
Um,
moving down. She's the slowest one of y'all. I
Yeah.
think.
And whoever doesn't need to be in this room probably
I would say
shouldn't be in this room.
Ramses and Fallon should
Yeah.
be the
We'll
only
stay
two
here.
in here.
And if everybody
Okay.
else stays at the bottom where the Durgaloth is,
Yeah.
rather than
Yeah, the
by
Juggerloth is
thing,
on the ground, like 100 feet
I'll
below
just
the
take 'em
mouth
off.
right
Oh,
now.
that's right.
We-
I was
Well,
just
on the
gonna-
map. Where
I
the
was saying for the
Durgaloth
map.
is on the map.
But if you guys stay right where I can see you in that circle, we don't even have to come down.
Oh, here. Now I'll say like right here. You can see, right?
Yeah, as long as you guys are visible. As soon as Fallon grabs it and I grab the ring, I can get us out of here.
Okay.
Rock and
So-
roll, baby.
At this point, we take a short rest.
Yep,
Short
he
rest
attunes.
while he attunes.
Short rest, short rest.
Yeah, it looks like he's attuning properly. Like during the hour, you're checking on his progress, and it looks like he's doing everything he's supposed to do.
Ramses is checking his vitals.
Yep. That's what I do. That's what I do.
And yeah, the hour is up. The ring is attuned, and the plan is ready to go. So once more, for the final time, what's the order of operations here?
The order of operations is I will cast Dispel Magic
Mm-hmm.
to give us our minute. Fallon, or sorry.
Ixium
Yep.
Endosium?
The order
or-
of
Ixium.
yes. Ixium Endosium will use the
Kill
hose on
himself.
himself. Give himself the hose.
Totally host, dude.
Yep.
Now, does he seem to think that that's going to trigger the Guardians?
Hoser.
His
His
death
death?
will trigger the Guardians as much as disturbing the rod piece will, yes.
Okay, so we'll have Fallon get ready to grab the rod. As soon as Ixium
Ixium.
Endosium turns on the fire hose, I will cast Dispel Magic, so she can grab that without having to worry about the Guardians. As soon as the ring falls, I'll grab the ring, and then I'll teleport, or I'll word of recall us all out of here.
Maybe I
Solid
should.
plan.
So it should quite literally be the Guardians won't be summoned until the ring is in my hand.
The one piece of this that doesn't go to plan, and it's nothing you can't overcome without, so there's no disaster here. But he triggers the cannon, and he ends up like pointing it at himself for 3 full rounds, which is like 18
fine.
seconds, right? He's like
Oh,
holding
great.
it
A minute.
as the water cannon like smashes against his body and his face,
Christ, bro.
and he's like trying to
Brutal.
grit himself against it, and he knows he's got to stay in it, and he's tensing up and he's yelling.
This is
As
somehow
is-
more disturbing than if we had just killed him.
Not for him.
We're watching him literally
For him.
torture himself to death.
Yep.
That's rough out here.
But as you know, after 3 rounds of being in the cannon, he does finally collapse under his own weight. The rest of the plan goes off. Dispel Magic's been cast a while ago. It's a third gone. Grab the ring. He dies. You catch these portals around the room, panels sliding up in the walls. And
Fallon will snag the piece of the rod.
these guys.
Is that
Yeah, you could have
Saria?
already. Oh, it's Boba Fett.
Oh, that one's not.
Oh,
that one's
That's
different.
not.
These are
Fallon looks
sentinels.
angrier.
And there'd be Boba Fett.
Right?
Yeah, it's funny they have different pictures.
Yeah, it doesn't
Did I
have
do
like
that?
a forge
Where
symbol
did I
on
do
him or a dodge symbol on him, though.
Well, I
Really
think
name
one of
him
them's the
Boba.
legacy version, one of them's the modern version. That's funny. So these guys appear, but it's too late, and you guys have done everything you need to do. You're all in line of sight. Word of recall works exactly like it's supposed to. and you guys blink out of there and appear back in the mansion, safe with the ring and Ixium Endosium in tow.
Nice.
Which is
We got a new
not what
friend.
I anticipated and is awesome. I can't wait to see where that goes.
That was a
Pocket
really good
engineer.
plan.
Pocket engineer.
Right?
That's really good for Cora, actually.
He could be my
Yeah.
teacher.
He'll be
Yeah.
he'll be like an encyclopedia water magica or something. Water deepika.
What? What if we have a wolf Ixium Endosium
Oh
combination?
god.
We just fucking combine the ring. You like have the ring somehow so he can talk through Wolfham.
Yeah.
Christ.
Oh man.
He's like a little speaker.
The little speaker dog. Oh no.
Now let's go
So fucking
back.
funny.
A few hours ago, the Strahd
Kinda
Slayers
harsh my
have
vibe.
just left the mansion, and at the on the hills, and you're just stepping away and heading out towards the Colossus to do this mission that you've just done. Shadowforce is watching them go. They are still in the portal from their side of the mansion is still at the
Yawning portal.
I was going to say the Dapper Drunk, but the
Yawning portal.
Yawning Portal. That's right. What are they up to?
Celine is reading a book.
Hep
Oh,
is
man.
carrying a book.
Hell yeah.
I feel included.
I gotta think about
What
this.
did we
What would Hannah be doing right now?
what were we supposed to be doing?
So last time you guys were the last time period, you guys went out and did research on people. You kind of improvised your way around, and you found the Amanuensis Narder and the lead on Terramini Night's Edge.
Oh yeah, we should probably go and talk to that guy that wrote the book there.
Yeah.
There was a book reference that you found in 1422. Let me find that reference to who it was. Yes, Heron Folsey apparently was quoted in that book.
Didn't he
Was
write
the author in question?
Yeah.
So, is that the plan?
Yeah, I guess so, huh?
Can't think of anything else.
Okay. Celine, are you going with?
Yeah.
Okay. As you step out the door into the yawning portal, you can tell something is amiss. The room is completely hushed as you come in. And you look around the room, you see people here that are quite obviously different than the ones you've seen in the past. Well, that's not entirely true. In fact, you recognize one of them.
Fucking character
The
sheet.
Irenyes demon from the first thing in Web's Edge is here.
Yep.
As is a person. It looks like. Let me find this.
Is
You
this
can bring us to that
Acacius
map?
or Cora? Like, is this Strahd Slayers or?
This is
Shadowforce.
Shadowforce.
So they've never met the Irenyes.
Nope.
They have not. That's true.
Where's Celine? Where is she?
Delightful.
Did we tell them about that mission?
Yes.
Well, yeah, but you doesn't mean you'd recognize it.
A mage looks like this.
Ooh, cool.
Oh,
Oh.
whoa.
Ooh, she
What?
ugly.
Can we make a
Sorry.
religion check as to what?
Yes, you may. That is
Yes.
a good choice.
Thing.
I gotta open up
My guess
Acacia's. Hold
is
on.
How
Red
about a
Wizard.
nat
Ooh,
20?
Okay.
That's a 23.
Nat 20, that's
tokens.
not too bad.
It's not Ramses. It's
It's not Ramses, unfortunately. It's
Hep.
Hep.
Hey,
yeah.
oh gang.
14.
Well, hey, it's still a religion check and a nat 20.
Fair enough.
It's a 19 though.
Yep.
I got an 18.
It's okay, Celine.
What did we need?
She's
Yeah,
got
it would only be a
23.
19.
She's good.
I'll switch to Hep.
19s and 23s are all good.
18's terrible.
Even the 18, given the context, for sure. Yes,
like an
this
eighth
person
awake
is
urine.
dressed like a supporter of Zastem. Maybe they're from
Yeah.
Hair.
the region of Thay. The Red Wizards are like a thing there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind
The
of
thing
gathered
is-
Red
Yeah.
Wizard from that.
This is real unfortunate. Is a 15 enough for Acacia's?
No.
Because her outfit kind of matches his style. I'm not gonna lie.
He's like, ooh,
Yeah, her color scheme, the robe, the silkiness. Acacius is going to be fawning over that clothing item.
Just
He has
trying to make a
no
wisdom
clue.
check at this point in time.
Acacius has
Yeah.
no
So he's
clue
just
that
like,
this
no,
is
no,
a
no, no,
Fae
no,
thing, and so he's like, "Oh, that's gorgeous."
Also
Celine
of note
sleeps
here that
on
her
and just shakes her head.
elf ears, clearly she falls into the description of Terramini Night's Edge herself.
Oh,
He's gorgeous.
Oh, this is Terramini Night's Edge.
Yeah.
this
Cool.
is
Yes.
Ceremony Night's Edge. Holy shit.
Yep.
So all of, like 3
That's
people are
what I first
panicking, and Acacius is like holding his hand to his chest, going, "Oh, I need to ask her Taylor."
Yeah.
Can you put Terramini Night's Edge in the Discord chat?
Yeah, you bet.
It is. Isn't that the name?
The name. Just
So Hanan has no clue. They rolled a 16. So he's reading the runes like, oh, this is a somber occasion. All right.
There it is. Hold on.
What's going on? Did someone die?
Acacius just going, "Man, she's that outfit, sublime, beautiful. 10 out of 10, no marks."
There it is.
Not realizing it is very
Yeah.
much.
no notes. Oh, and
Hold
she's here
on.
to kill you, by the way.
Yeah.
I gotta
Yeah.
find my gotta get my map of the
She kind of looks like
Alright.
Mick Jagger with long ears.
Oh, I don't know who that is. Oh, I know who that is. I just
You
don't know
don't
what he
know who
looks
Mick
like.
Jagger is?
I know the name. I don't know what he looks like, but that does sound like an insult. So
He's an ugly fucker.
He is butt ugly, but
Oh, weird. The map that I used for the inn is missing. Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay, won't matter today. But she's there, and the other person is there is the
Urania.
third person who's
Oh, the
kind of
third
front
person.
and center on her team is the guide that you spoke to, Amanuensis Narder, at the
Oh, this fucking. The one that was an asshole or the nice one?
the
He was
nice
an
one.
asshole. Oh. What's he doing?
you mean the one that almost died?
The one that was like touched the book and became possessed.
Ah, poor guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, figures.
And so he was not possessed at the end of that encounter, by the way. But he does
Yeah.
appear now, if you, given you're looking at it, that maybe he is again.
Man,
But
leave him alone.
the Irenyas and Terramini and him and a few other kind of goons that you'd
Oh.
that are just like enforcers that you've never met before are there. And she's just sitting at a table. Everyone in the bar is looking over at this table. The Renyes is standing behind her, arms crossed, kind of staring at you. And she says, I had hoped this door would appear again soon, because I think we are in need of a talk. Are we not? And she gestures
Who are
at the
you?
other chairs at her table.
Indeed, we are.
Who's speaking? The Irinye or
No,
Rowan?
this is
The Termini.
Termini Night's Edge. Yep.
Acacius, trying to read the room, but also still fawning over.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
well, Hanan's gonna, I guess, kind of leverage his charisma and just kind of just
Pep
change tack and go. Indeed, we are. It's good to meet you. If I may, and he sits down where she
Mhm.
gestured.
So you know who I
Wait.
am, I presume, given our...
Indeed.
And then she puts air quotes around the word history.
No, actually, can I ask who your tailor is?
Oh, you like this, do you? She says, looking down at her sleeves and turning her arms up and down to get the view on both sides. It's from
Very
Thay, I'm
much.
afraid. Much
Oh.
better tailors there
Celine looks
than
like she's
these.
ready to dissociate from the room.
All
Jesus Christ.
too true, he says, trying to piece things together.
I
Oh,
see your
oh.
color as more of a bluish, maybe. I don't know that the red would suit you well.
So Hep actually, even with 19, made the who it was.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Hep is going to be like, because he's had a handful of books. He's like, oh hey, flips open a page, goes, yeah, see this person here, same person.
Oh.
Yep.
That's who this is.
Well, despite all of that, you still do have impeccable clothing. Sure, let's talk. Ugh.
Actually, I rolled Shabaka, not Jules, so I would have had a
Worse.
-1 instead,
Okay,
so it would
yeah.
have been a 16.
Okay, then that doesn't cut it. Yeah, 18 was good. 16, not so much. Yeah, she says,
We finally meet.
just, there's no need for your weapons. I'm only here to talk. I will get my revenge against you another day.
I read about you in a book, but do I know you from somewhere? I mean, I don't feel like I've done anything to you yet.
It's so hard to tell. When are we again? No, I don't think we've met before.
No.
So,
Just-
And
so
indeed,
why
I don't
are you
understand why
going
we
to
would have
take
to be at cross
revenge on
purposes.
me when I haven't done anything yet?
Well, time is a funny thing, is it not?
Oh my gosh, are you the chronomancy wizard?
I dabble.
Big fan.
Narder here says you bought your way into the library with a chronomancy spell, so I think we have some common interests.
Hammond looks
I w-
over at Narder. And how is it, dear fellow?
I'm sure he's in there somewhere.
Why did you have to bring him?
It's the one thing that happens when you look at him. He is not as young as you remember. Like he has lived and
A
studied.
life.
And let me just get this exactly right here.
When we saw him like yesterday?
When you saw him, oh yeah, actually that's right. He was in the present, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he is
Yes.
still a young guy. Yep.
Oh, okay. I was like, what
Yep.
the fuck did she do to him?
I was thinking he got mothered goffled.
Yeah.
He has buttons for eyes. No, he's fine. He's fine. You're right.
Okay.
Is it necessary to have him here?
Not entirely, but I do find it entertaining. And he is quite useful. He has told me a great deal about your interest in, in me, for example, and your skills in chronomancy. It's kind of coincidental that he was the fellow that touched my book, but, here we are.
Who is your companion, if I may ask?
The Arenes looks at you and says, "My name, since you never cared to ask, is
We just met.
Tilfusia."
Never met you.
Is what?
Oh, yes, that's right. Is Tilfusia. Your friends.
Is there a T in there? Tilvusia?
Tilfusia. Till. Put it
T-I-L-F.
in the chat.
Okay, see if I got it right this time.
Forgive my.
I just love you've
I
never
thought it
cared to
would've
ask,
been
and we're
bad
like, we
form.
have never met you.
Yeah.
Honestly, forgive my
Your
ignorance. but
friends,
honestly,
then.
thought it was bad form to ask your real name.
Very, very good. Remembering of which is which, I even am breaking down sometimes, trying to figure out which timeline is going on. I definitely had some of this noted, and then I forgot.
It's okay.
So Tilfusia is her name, and she says to you, your friends in the past, more than 100 years ago, they
Yes, old
tricked
friends.
me into abandoning my post. I was a worshipper of Loth and a follower, and they screwed me out of my position in her army.
Are
My
you a
vengeful
worshiper otherwise?
destruction is like a fine Waterdavian wine. Sweet, but bloody. Sharpness at the finish.
Is that Tyramini saying that or the Irenes?
No,
That was
that's
No,
the
the
Arenes.
Arenes.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's bitter. It sounds like bitter wine to me.
Sounds like a fucking sore loser. Sorry, we outsmarted you.
Yeah.
Sorry, they outsmarted you. They're 100 years old now.
Well, I didn't say that.
Yes.
That
So
does have.
we are here for a specific purpose.
Yes.
I'm also interested in something that appears that you and your friends in the past are after. I have been interested in the Rod of Seven Parts for a while. And I know some of what is to come, some of what is to be in their future. I know where some of the pieces are. But darned if you didn't get to some of them first. So here's what we're going to do. Your friends hand over these pieces, and we'll come to some peaceful arrangement. I know where the future pieces will be. Your friends in the past will help me get them. And we won't need to get to anything bloody. Everything is going to be fine. Maybe I'll even help you with whatever it is you are trying to get these pieces for. You never know. But the key thing here is that we work together to get me the 7 pieces of the Rod of 7 Parts. And if we do that, this doesn't have to continue. And we won't need to see what happens next.
This sounds like a very one-sided deal.
Right.
Yes.
And keeping in mind that I personally can't speak for the individuals who possess those items. But
No.
it doesn't sound like the arrangement, quote unquote, is mutually beneficial.
Oh, it is. You see, I get the 7 pieces, you get to walk away with your lives. And so do your friends in the past.
I've heard that out of so many people before.
But you see,
Connie
your
says
friends...
it sounds mutually beneficial, and Celine just her face kind of goes like, "Does it though?"
He said
Right?
it does not sound mutually
Oh, he said it
beneficial.
doesn't. It sounded like he said he does.
No,
sound, and I was like,
she says it does, but
Hmm.
We're like, yeah, no.
But see, your friends in the past are going to go no further anyways. And not because of anything that I'm doing. Because of themselves. They will be unable to continue past this point. And they
Why
will
is that?
choose this of their own regard. Oh, you see, the next piece. It's a doozy. I don't think they're going to continue with their mission after this. The next piece of the Rod of Seven Parts was carried into a distant land by a doomed adventurer. He found his way to a house of death in the year 1390. And she puts a piece of paper on the table, stands up, and taps on the piece of paper a couple times and says, "Think over my offer."
I didn't hear an offer. I just heard a veiled threat.
Well, I'll let this all play out, and you come back to me when you're ready. And
You're
she,
saying this of people who, well, I know it's probably a sensitive point for you, but they tricked you in the past.
Well,
Not
Did they not?
no, that's the Irinye.
Well, it's Renia is
That's
talking,
They
the
did
right?
trick,
Fuchsia.
they did trick
no,
your
this
companion in
was
the past.
Terramini. This was Terramini
Okay,
talking
this is
about
Renia.
the
All
rod
right, gotcha.
species.
All right. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, all right. So, all right, never mind. Erase that. Gone.
Yeah. She basically indicates that the reason that the Strahd Slayers will be unable to proceed is on this piece of paper. Leaves it on the table, taps it a couple times, and then they go to leave.
See, the thing is that she's never met them.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
But the
I don't
Uranus
think
has.
that there's.
So-
Yeah, briefly, but
I
I'm just
can-
saying I don't think there's anything that
I
would be
can.
able to convince Fallon to give up.
I can,
I can't. Yeah.
but I don't want to give people ideas.
Dear-
So
I mean, I can,
Look
but
at
I'm
the-
choosing not to think about it.
cool.
Dear Lady of Darkness,
They're gone.
You are
and
no
you
longer.
can-
Oh,
They're gone. They're gone.
dang it.
Yep.
I was gonna ask you, since you're no longer in Lolth's sway, which god do you serve?
Apparently, she picked Terramini Night's Edge. Something
That's her
that they had
god.
said, like something that she had said, lured her to that cause.
Well,
It was union benefits.
Clearly, we look at the paper.
Yeah, the paper says 1390, Death House, Village of Barovia.
Figures.
We skipped that part.
We've been there before. We probably we just have to check our bag. We might actually already have it.
No, we
Was
actually
never-
skipped
in
that
the
part.
sword
never
codes
went-
before.
We never went to Death House.
Did we?
No, Death
No.
House was
No.
the
It's the
scenario
intro.
for officially first level characters to get up to third so they can start over, but we started at third, so it was like the skip.
So we could have actually got the first piece while we were there. Could have actually
Yeah.
accidentally been in our bag.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
Barovia
version of
wasn't
Death
always
House that
in-
appears in
in-
Eve of Ruin is slightly different than the original one.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably.
also we can't get it because we will have gone and gotten it in the past, so it won't be there in the present.
no, it will be because we never went there.
Well, we don't want. They
No,
don't
no,
want to
no.
go back to Barovia. That's the thing.
What's
the reason
year
why
Barovia
she's
when
saying
we
that
left?
we don't.
No, I know.
She's suggesting that the Strahd Slayers won't go back to Barovia in the past because it's traumatizing. And in 1390, Strahd is alive.
There's also the
Ah.
chance that there would be a loop that involves if Strahd sees us
That could be
and
how
he knows everything in
Time
his domain.
paradox.
That could be.
Maybe that's how
that
he
could
knew
be
about
how
us.
he knew about us.
Again, the question: what was the year in Barovia when we left?
Well, so this is 1390 is the year that this guy disappeared from the realms. So it's not the year in Barovia. So and that was like 100 years before now.
Don't tell me that the traveler that disappeared was the what's it nut guy that we don't like that much. The
Oh,
Fountain like
No, I'm just thinking back to to
Um,
the origin story
Von
of
Richten?
Strahd, the
Van
badass that we
Richten.
dealt with, and when did that
Oh,
occur?
Fallon just like
That occurred right around
monster.
100 years ago, right?
So
What?
let's see. 1398. So this is basically 100 years before the present. 1390. It's 1491 in the present. 1390 is when this was. So yeah. So this adventurer disappeared 100 years before the present into Barovia.
Right. But there's what I'm asking is there is a series of events that happened in Barovia that basically became Strahd's Genesis story.
That was like 400 years ago.
Yeah.
That was
There
long,
you go.
long
That's
time
what I was
ago.
asking.
Yeah.
That okay, got it.
How long had he known Van Richten?
Strahd?
Yeah. Because they had been adversaries for a long time.
They've been
Seems.
adversaries for a fairly long time, but not anywhere near that length of time.
Okay.
Casimir goes back that long.
Oh, yeah,
Exithancer goes back that long. Most of the
Casimir.
others
Fuck
don't.
that guy.
Even the abbot was much less than the 400 years.
How long was Van Richten in Barovia as
As Rictavio,
yeah.
only a few years.
Hmm.
It'd be
Okay, so
funny.
not gonna be Van Richten then.
Yep.
It'd be funny if there was some influence of this whole story arc in what eventually became Sasha, because I think he's
Well,
like
yeah,
90
exactly.
years old. Yeah.
It's your dad. No, we already know who your dad is. It's your mom.
Luke.
Whoa, what if it
It's
turns
my
out
mom.
Sasha's his own dad?
Oh no.
Hey, welcome to Arkansas.
Crazy.
I'm gonna have to mark down that year.
Crime. It's a crime.
We got
Okay.
issues.
So, I guess I can't even do the accent with my sore throat. So, I guess we need to discuss whether we should tell the others about this.
Well,
We're
they're
gonna
going to
discuss
have
it
to
with
know if they have
with
to
the
go
wizard.
there.
There's no reason we shouldn't
Yeah.
tell them, I don't think.
Well, they're gonna have
Ramsey.
to do that eventually.
Well,
think-
maybe we can go if they don't go there and find this thing. Then maybe we can go there in the present and find it, like you just said.
Perhaps we should discuss the
That's-
timing and what we should tell them with
Actually
the
not a
wizard who
terrible
runs the
idea.
mansion.
More than Guinan?
Yes. That's
Yeah,
a good
him.
idea.
Yeah,
But-
let's talk to him.
And also discuss this
Exit Center is-
conversation with him as well.
Yes,
Exit
this
Center
kind
as
lady
well.
was so polite.
I believe he was in Barovia as well. That's where the others met
Mhm.
him.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
a few of you have been there.
Wait, we've been to
What's the
Barovia?
plan?
We're gonna go talk to Mordenkainen about the
And
current
Exit
event.
Lantern.
Yeah.
Before we leave fully, Acacius will, take a scope of the bar because everyone went real quiet, like they knew what was
Mhm.
happening. Make sure no one's
Did-
hurt. Make sure no one's been seated with
Did
something.
the guy that they kidnapped go with them when they left?
Yes.
I look for
Yep.
spyish looking people.
Don't love that.
Rumor mongers.
Most of the rest of the bar it basically goes back to just like chatting, but quietly at first, and like the volume is kind of gradually increasing over a little while. But it gets back to normal after about an hour.
I go up to Durnan and get a pitcher of ale.
And is
How's it going?
Jordan-
That's the one that
How long
bounced
have
my
they
head
been
off
waiting?
the counter. That's the one that bounced my head off the counter like 20 years ago or whatever.
What, the earrings?
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
She's not a pleasant sort.
No, sorry, it's only like 6 years ago. Last time you were in town. But
That's it.
yeah.
We were in town.
No,
You
the
were in
others.
town like yesterday.
Oh, sorry.
Wrong people. Never mind. Gone.
Yeah. So long ago. Wow, even I'm having trouble keeping this all straight. And I wrote it.
Right?
So yeah, so
Terrible.
she got a
I'm
little
glad
handsy with you.
I really appreciate you guys keeping me honest on this stuff, though. Because anything that gets by that I make a mistake on is going to be like so much harder to clean up in the future. So
Yeah, we got
keep
you.
going. Yeah.
We got you.
So she got a little handsy with you, a little rough.
Don't make a joke like
Is
that.
No, I'm not making a joke.
That
I'm
is a
going to
joke.
ask. Whatever.
Yep.
Is that the only other time she's been here? The Renier?
Look. They told me you might ask that.
Yes.
And I'm not supposed to say anything, if you get my meaning.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. That's what I would say if they'd been here before.
Oh, not them. The ones that told me they're your friends. The ones from the past.
They told you not to
Alright.
tell us if they already had
Yep.
been here before?
Yep, they did.
Weird.
That's weird.
Did we?
We'll keep that to ourselves for the time being then, because we don't want to cause issues.
Yep, you might want to write that down in your little notebook there, but yeah, don't ask me that question again, because I'm not going to answer.
Okay.
I can understand that. Sounds like I need to buy you an ale. But it's your bar.
Oh, if you want to match their offer, it's going to be quite a good ale.
Well,
I feel concerned that I don't remember this fucking at all.
Maybe it hasn't happened yet.
Maybe.
Anyways, we should talk back in the mansion.
Mm-hmm. Celine's already inside.
I'm gonna go back.
Okay. So Morton Cannon is in the past in the mansion. You can speak to him. He's grayish, semi-transparent, but easy enough to communicate with.
Without talking to him, the one thing that I wanted to tell our group, and I guess it doesn't really matter if Morton Cannon's there or not, but Hep's really proud of himself because he's like, you know what happens in the future or at some point along the way? We totally kick her ass.
Celine's trying to
Explain
break
why
down
you know that.
statement.
Why do I know? It was really obvious. She's like, I was like, do we know you? And she's like, well, no, not yet. And it's like, she's coming. She said that she's going to be really happy when she gets revenge for what we did to her. It's like, I already know I kick her ass. This is awesome.
Celine takes great joy in this statement. She's like, yeah, it does mean that. Fuck yeah.
I'm
Right?
surprised she didn't pry on my comment about we've heard that from lots of people.
It's also true.
But apparently,
just before they died.
she gets away. She's like my old friend because she just keeps coming back.
Like a cat.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sicarius.
Yes.
Guy.
Only you didn't kill her and have her return in some other form.
But I don't know
We
that.
don't, we
I
don't know
haven't met her
that.
before.
Well, you didn't kill her this time, though.
May-
You do know you didn't
may-
kill her this time.
Well, yeah, this time I didn't. But
Yep.
this time we just let her walk away. But she is pretty ugly, so there is a good chance that at some point my fist hit that face. Just saying.
Fair enough.
Celine claps her hands. She's like,
Wait.
yeah.
That doesn't
Yeah.
make sense because we're not in the past.
But
I'm assuming
she's
there's gonna
traveling
be some
time.
more fucked
It'll
up
happen in the
time
future.
shit going on.
Oh,
So,
she's going back.
for
in
the
time?
record, she looks to be, despite the fact that her she looks disfigured and like she's been through a ringer, her age is a little less than the picture shows. She looks to be like a 300-year-old elf, appears like a 30-year-old human.
Oh, she looks terrible.
Yeah, but she does look terrible for her age.
You know why? Because I'm known as Hep the Ringer. Sorry. Said
And
she was
also
through the ringer.
necromancy.
Yeah, yeah, necromancy,
And also-
magical corruption, all that stuff.
Evil
takes a
rots you
toll.
from within.
Yep.
Yep.
Experimenting with chronomancy, etc.
I was going to ask her something, but I didn't think she would respond.
Oh, actually, hold on. My bad. That is the wrong timeline that I'm looking at there. She looks. You're in the present. She
Oh my
looks
raw.
428, approximately 42.
She still looks pretty terrible.
Right. Now, if you had run into her in the past, it would have been 300.
Hmm.
That is really the energy.
Yep,
Oh, that's awesome.
very much. Cool. So, did you guys have anything you wanted to talk to Mordenkainen about, or
Yeah,
talk
we-
amongst yourselves, or?
I think we're gonna talk to Mordekainen and Exothanter about Barovia.
Well, yes. Well, I've been there before. I could probably move the portal into that realm if I had to. Don't look
That's
forward
where
to
the
going back.
Could you go
Sounds like-
back though?
What's that?
With all due respect, I'm not intending to leave the mansion if we go back there.
Honestly, pretty fair.
Yeah, so it would be bad for me. I don't recommend it for them either, but I don't know how else to get the peace.
Well, if they don't, Jules, somebody brought this up. I think it was Jules. That if they don't want to go get it in the past, could we go get it now?
Not impossible. It would require there to be a rod of 7 parts in Barovia for more than 100 years and Strahd not to have captured it. That seems...
The other Ravenloft
Well-
realms.
He said that it was in the death house. Is that possible
Yes.
that Strahd wouldn't have known about the death house? Or been able to go in
No.
there?
No, I don't believe so.
Hmm.
I
I mean,
believe
we
that
can always
this...
check.
Pardon?
I mean, I suppose we can check.
We can. Yes, absolutely.
I mean, they're off on their quest right now. We can check for the rod in the present.
Well, do you know what the death house is? Like is it something, probably something Strahd cursed or something like that, right?
Oh, it wasn't him specifically. Doesn't need to be him behind everything. It's a haunted house in the village of
Well,
Barovia.
in Barovia, it's typically him.
Oh, well, yeah, he of course played his part, but it wasn't specifically cursed by him. It was House of Evil. Um, you didn't want to go there. Sounds of wailing. Uh, Dangerous place. Often, if somebody found their way to Barovia, many an adventurer was lost. Um, Going into the death house. In fact, if you weren't careful, it could be a what was the word? TPK.
So, if this death house was haunted house active when Strahd was there, would it be maybe changed when they had slain him?
Very possibly, but that doesn't bode well. That more makes the discovery of any rod piece much more likely. Makes it much less likely that it would be in place in the present.
So, like, just some random person could have taken it if it was not.
If
A
it weren't
haunted house
haunted
thing.
anymore, anyone could do it, right? Yes.
Well, I guess we should
Hmm.
go there and cross that off the list.
Yeah, at least check for it.
How could we find out whether a time has a piece in it or not?
Like going.
Can't you check
there?
with the other parts?
I guess we should just go there and can
Is-
somebody cast like a locate object or something like that?
Or is there anybody who might have a sensitivity to them? Perhaps somebody's been in possession of peace for a very long time.
Well, we have the two parts. We have the lodestone.
Oh yeah, right. We can
Oh,
check with that, right?
can the lodestone help us with that?
I believe it can, not with the location, but it may be able to give
Oh.
us an indication of when we are supposed to recover the stone or the piece. Hmm. I
The
suppose this is.
other parts lead us there too.
They may. Have you tried combining them?
We don't have them.
Well, we don't have them in the
Yeah.
past.
They're in the past, right?
Very true.
So Celine has locate object.
That's only
Would-
1,000 feet, Celine.
Yes, but if we go to the house, the horror house, death house,
Yeah, we can detect
What I
right
mean.
there.
and she
And
casts
simplify
it
it.
outside, like we don't have to go in necessarily. And if it's there, she'll know. And if it isn't there, I'll know it isn't.
Is there anything that would shield it from detection?
What are the limitations of the spell? Besides,
Describe or name an object that is familiar to you. You sense the direction to the object's location as long as that object is within 1,000 feet of you. If the object is in motion, you know the direction of its motion. The spell can locate a specific object known to you as long as you have seen it, up close within 30 feet at least once.
But read the part about if you.
Alternatively, the spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind, such as a certain kind of apparel, jewelry, furniture, tool, or weapon.
Yeah.
Raw to 7 parts.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to interpret this one generously.
Yeah,
Like I
this spell
don't
can't
think
locate-
you've strictly met the definition of either of those categories, but I think
Well,
you've
she-
met the definition of both of them enough that I think I'll let it go.
Yeah, because she's seen the ones in the past.
Yes, yeah, and this one is different but similar.
It is
Yep.
it is a nearest object of a particular kind.
Magic
Kind here, I
rod.
think, is a broader category than
Yes.
a piece of the rod of 7 parts, but
Yeah.
yeah, like I
this
say, I
spell-
think due to the other one, I'm inclined to interpret this generously.
I assume you could
This
say
spell can't
magic
locate
rod
an
though.
object. This spell can't
No.
locate an object if any thickness of lead, even a thin sheet, blocks a direct path between you and the object. That's wild. My magic is stopped by
Now,
one thing:
is-
lead.
That's very Superman.
Yeah.
Is the overlord of that area in possession of
Leadman?
something that would allow him to detect magical items entering his realms and perhaps react to it? And
Well, in
gather-
our time, he's dead. In their time, he wouldn't be.
Correct.
The
Which one
object
you're
would
looking
have been
on?
in the realm for 100 years, though.
Which is likely improbable, but we should check it off just to make sure we don't have to re-traumatize some people like that.
Yes, that's why
So
I'm
we
saying
need to check it ourselves and stay out of their
Yeah, that's
view.
what I'm saying is we go there, I cast locate object outside, because I doubt it's, I mean, that would be within 1,000 feet, right? 1,000, how big is 1,000 feet?
Dude,
Pretty
so,
big. A
if-
few houses in a row.
but if
Like,
Strahd,
a house is 30 to 60 feet wide, let's say.
so in order for Strahd
and
to
how-
detect it, he would have to have known of its existence to go there and check himself, right? Like he wouldn't.
Well, I
just
mean,
know.
he rules this realm, but
So
yes.
Yeah.
but there was
Right.
lots of things he
He
didn't know
did.
that went on there, right?
Yep. Yep.
So
Sure.
he seemed to have to
Okay.
go to places to find out stuff that happened.
Yeah, he's
Or have a
powerful,
servant.
but not omniscient.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Which is why he had the scrying. That's what they said about that. Mind reading or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Okay.
it's worth checking, is what I'm saying.
I agree. Although I don't know what to do with it yet. So I'm probably going to have to call it here and figure out what that means to check that in the present. With an eye for the longevity of the game. And yeah.
Nice.
So
I mean, you
we'll
could
call
just
it here. And,
could just-
a little early.
you could just say that we don't. The other group will have to go if you want.
I
that
could,
to happen.
but I don't know. This is kind of
Or-
neat. I want to see how this plays out.
We've made a
This
lot
is-
of twists
this
and
is-
turns this session, huh?
Yeah.
Exactly.
We get to can we introduce our pocket engineer to
Yeah. yeah,
Ixium
exactly.
Endosium to
Yeah.
Mordekainen? You
This
know?
is- This is what makes
y'all
campaigns
really-
great, is when they throw things off like this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is
Two
when
curves
when
tonight.
your party fucking
Two
adopts
curves.
every weird old magic man they find.
The Pokemages.
Mhm.
Like we met Exothanter and we were like, this is our friend now, actually.
yeah. Yeah.
We'll keep him.
We're gonna keep our
You
friend.
mean he's a
Wow.
lich? No, this is my bro.
Yeah.
This is
Back
our
off.
main.
So what do
we
we?
sure hope we don't end up killing this lich in the fight that we're fighting against him. Yeah.
What do we do
Yeah, 'cause we
with?
can even out our collection.
So now that
He was
he's
a good friend.
He was.
now that he's in the ring, does he need like a body to inhabit?
Oh no, so this will be a different thing that we'll have to figure out with our Strahd Slayers. Is that was one of Ramsey's items. He had the intention of taking it back just because he was tired of it's a little stigma of somebody poking into his brain, which he didn't care for.
Yeah.
But if Cora wants it so that she could talk to Ixium Endosium, then Ramses would probably let that happen.
Mm. So is he stuck in the ring until? Like,
Yes.
How does he?
Yeah, so-
how can he get out of the ring? What are his options?
I think
we
need to
can-
get
If
him
the current ring bearer dies, his soul can be forced out,
Yeah.
and their soul can replace his.
Oh,
His-
that's not good.
Or
No,
his
but there-
other alternative would be for another body to be constructed.
That's what I was
Yeah.
saying.
Or
we
a
need
new
to get him a new
to
body.
be
Yeah, for
returned
example-
to life in a different way.
Um,
Mm.
So,
Van Richten's soul or spirit was in the ring, which allowed us to bring him back.
I would like to postulate. So Cora is an artificer, but she's obviously
postulations.
not up to the quality of creating a body. Like that's not something she can do. But if we did a lot of
Exophanter can.
downtime stuff within now and in the future, with the efforts of Ixium Endosium, she could try to create a body similar to hers. Quote unquote similar, but more robotic.
But we have
I know.
Exophanter too, who can actually do it.
This might be something
Yeah.
I could help with as well.
Yeah, with between
Oh,
Cora
indeed.
as an artificer and Exophanter.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Indeed.
They're like, this sounds like fun.
This is a $6 million man. We
It's a
can't
project.
repair him.
Yes, Exophanter, you helped create me, and now I know I have there's some stigma against people like me, but he would appreciate likely having another body that doesn't just leave him in a ring.
Lucky, because he constructed himself, so I don't have to do it this time.
So
Yes,
he's
I will
he's
advise
already-
you will have to do the work.
he's already like put himself into a construct already, so I guess just giving him a new body is kind of the thing.
His part of his tripartite, his body is no longer humanoid. It's construct. So it would be much easier to put him back into a construct, is what I'm hearing. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, indeed.
Oh, interesting.
I don't like what that implies for me, but yes, okay. You
Would-
said something
question.
about creating a body?
Yes, well,
He'll
research,
tell you work.
research will be required. We will not be able to move so quickly, but over the coming days, maybe week or two, I'm sure there's something we can do.
And I would be willing to do so. As well as having Ixium Endosium potentially being able to assist us on the mechanical side.
Yes, very useful skill. Never really found much use for mechanics in the past, but you never know, maybe I was wrong.
Neither did I, and now look at me.
So true.
And
Um,
we're building this team of like different
Well,
skilled
multiple
wizards.
ones.
Sounds like we're getting ready to do a heist.
Right?
We-
I have a
Pep
question.
would be
real
like,
quick.
hey, I'm a smith. I can bound metal.
Can we would true resurrection work to get for Ixium Endosium to get him a new body?
We would need some bits of Ixium Endosium to.
No, because it says the spell can provide a new body if the original no longer exists. In which case, you must
Probably
speak
with the
creature's
ring of
name.
mind shielding.
The creature then appears in an unoccupied space you choose within 10 feet of you.
I do think that should work, yes.
The spell also closes all wounds, neutralizes any poison, cures all magical contagions, and lifts any curses affecting the creature when it dies.
Dang, that's pretty great.
The spell replaces damaged or missing organs and limbs. And if
Welcome
the
to high
core was
level play.
undead, it is
Hmm.
restored to its non-undead form. Yeah, it's a 9th level spell, so it would not be for a long time, but
Right, okay. Gotcha.
like.
But there's
it
a
would-
possibility, you're saying, like, you can give him a body temporarily and then maybe get a true resurrection out of it
Yeah.
later
Yeah.
on.
Yes, if we
Does-
could get a diamond worth
Well-
25,000 gold pieces.
If we had that, wouldn't we use it on Cora?
Or it's
Or
not
has-
dead.
Not dead.
I mean,
Hmm.
we might need to use it on Cora.
Mm.
Might need it at a later
Ah,
date.
I'm being planned to death already.
Fallon would growl at Chewbacca if he said that.
Well, Cora's actually joking, but
I didn't.
I
say
understand your
anything.
heart. Your heart. But if Chewbacca did say, I
He wouldn't
understand
say
your
that in
heart is in
character.
the right place.
Okay, he didn't say that.
Yeah, he would only have thought that. Someone was reading his mind, though.
Who knows? Who knows?
Need more of those rings. Okay, well, cool.
So,
this item.
do we want to make
is an
Jesse
attunement
talk to
type
himself so
item?
that he has Existanter talk to Rams or to Ixium Endosium through
Through the ring?
yeah, through the ring, or I guess through Ramses then. If you want to be a third person in that conversation, Ryan.
Oh gosh.
What are you trying to get out of him?
I was just
Wait, you're
wanted to hear the
joking.
conversation of them meeting each other and then like either Mordenkainen or
That would Ixium Endosium versus
Existanter.
Mordekainen and Ixium Endosium. Well, the thing is, Ixium Endosium cannot speak to Mordekainen because he can't wear the ring. But
Well, I assumed
he-
Ramses would just tell them what they're saying.
Third party translator.
I don't know if that's interesting to anyone, but it would be interesting to me to hear
I feel like
how they
Jesse
interacted.
talk to himself.
Very nice to meet you.
Sort of.
Yes, it's nice to meet you too, sir. So, how about stuff?
talk about
How's
your
life?
cigars. Talk about the Duex Machina cigars. The drawer.
What's that?
How's
He
it
had
feel to have your
he had a
life's work
drawer.
be
He had
for
a
nothing?
Oh gosh, Shabaka. I was making a joke because a long time ago, Mordekainen was talking about there was a drawer that he kept his cigars in, and he doesn't know whether he knows if he smokes it now, it won't be there in the future or something like that. And he was joking about, well, I'll check. Oh, he must have smoked it. Not remembering. It was like
Really.
he didn't remember if he rolled his own cigars again. That was the joke Court was making. But yeah.
Checks the drawer. Nope. No cigar. I don't even remember how that happened.
Look at Hannon.
I don't know what I feel offended for some reason.
He says, putting out a cigar.
Did the Korra Strahd crew get back to?
They
thingy?
do, yes. So you guys all regroup here.
Well, would we find out?
You're back in the mansion at 1363. The mansion is ready to move forward in time.
Well, we would have figured out whether or not we can get the thing in the present or not before they get back, right?
Huh?
Depending on how long it takes to get the stuff there, yeah, probably. But I'm
Well,
not
the
gonna adjudicate that this week.
Yeah, okay.
There's because this is time travel, there's a lot of ramifications to every decision like that. So I just want to try and get it consistent.
Fair.
I think it's a super awesome idea, and I'm gonna try and make it work.
So the
Nice.
only reason I was asking about that is because if Ramses gives Korra the ring of mind shielding, that ring takes attunement, correct?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
So
Yes.
Korra
It does.
wants to give Sasha the hat of disguise. Now, I don't know if he has attunement slots or
Okay.
not.
Sasha, I believe, does. Let me look. Let me check. Because Sasha is. Hanen's completely out. All three of his are in use. Attunement. He's only using one item.
So I feel like of everyone, Sasha could use the hat of disguise very well.
Sasha would
Korra
have fun with
used it.
that.
Korra used it against the Araignée, and it worked out pretty well. She's passing it off to Sasha.
Ooh. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
He attunes to it. Immediately turns into a horseman.
A horseman?
What was it? The BoJack Horseman?
Oh no. Incognito?
Yeah. Hat.
Do you have to attune to a rod piece?
No, you don't.
So yeah, Shabaka
What
only is using 1 2-minute slot as well.
What does the third one do?
Third one is
Not-
reverse gravity.
I'm gonna
It's
look
in
at it.
that
I'm looking
post.
at
We
it.
got
Scroll
that
up.
one. The fourth
That's
one's
the-
regenerate.
Reverse gravity. Now that one's a throwback. Not a throwback, but still.
That's fucking funny.
Heh. Reverse
All right,
gravity is a fun
so
spell.
I will cross the ring of mind shielding off my sheet for now.
Yes, so Ixium Endosium is totally an artificer of a very high level artificer. I can totally recommend courses of action and advise on stuff like that. Great mentor fellow.
You can build a construct for him, and he can advise you how to do it.
He's really kind of like upset that his life's work amounted to nothing. And
Well, he's still got lots
now
of.
he's stuck in
Well,
a ring.
listen, his life's not over yet.
He
Me-
could.
Yeah.
We've made sure of that. There's still more.
So
he can do.
how much of like the future do you share with him?
Mhm.
Not much in the beginning. At least Cora won't.
You
She's
don't know if
scared
he's
that it
capable of
will.
handling it.
Yeah, she doesn't want to overwhelm him. But if he's like
I love these-
moping,
Like 10 minutes after you hide this from him, you're gonna travel through time.
oh. Well, Ramsey's
I
at
mean,
that
we're
point
gonna
would have
tell
the
him-
ring, so.
Yeah, what's
We're
Ramsey's
gonna we
point?
tell him. We tell him that like
Actually, because he's at the moment dead and he's going to be time traveling with us for the while, then Ramses will mention a few things to him along the lines of, just so you know, we have seen some glimpses of the future. We know that the war is won even without your Iron Man. We also know, or we're hoping, that because the Iron Man was stopped there and we knew where to go, we were able to acquire something that we needed for our mission to potentially stop an even greater threat in the future. And we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. He seems he's heartened by the fact that maybe this led to something better. But at the same time,
Yeah, that's basically what he's trying to say.
he's having a hard time getting over the fact that like he was misguided maybe. Like that he spent his whole life trying to do a thing and that thing didn't work, whether it
Mhm.
something else worked and that's great, but it wasn't what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's
Yeah.
fantasy
No,
Tony
just-
Stark. Don't let him have a drink.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah. He's fantasy. Well, this is a deep cut. He's fantasy Obadiah Stane. He's like the bad
No.
guy in Iron Man 1 who
Right.
wishes he was Tony
but
Stark.
he's evil.
But
But
Obadiah
he's yeah,
Stane's
that one's
Obadiah
evil.
Stane's.
He
What about
failed.
Hammer?
He failed.
Hammer.
Hammer? Oh yeah, he dances
He's
on
not-
stage. Yeah.
Hammer's pathetic.
Yeah, he's pathetic. Hammer's pathetic.
But fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
But
shit.
fun. Okay. That changes
Pathetically
everything.
fun.
He's pathetic but fun.
But fun.
Oh.
Cool. So I don't think there's much more we can accomplish tonight. We'll
No.
wrap up a little bit early and
It's okay.
allow me to
hey,
pull my hair out looking at a timeline for a little while before next week.
Yeah.
Okay, those who watching, thank you for watching, and we'll see you. Oh, do we have next week? Game next week?
I'm out next week.
Okay, then
Unfortunately,
no game next
I'm
week.
in
sounds like a no.
Barbados.
2 weeks from now.
Oh,
Ooh.
tough life.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is that in Indiana?
Barbados, Indiana. That's right. Yeah. Yep. On a frigid
Okay.
lake somewhere. Nope. Nope. That's not it.
That's
Sorry,
not it.
Canadians are
Illinois.
not traveling to US very much these days.
There's Paris, Illinois,
Yeah.
Cairo, depending
There's
on where
a,
you're from.
Travel advisory, so
Yeah.
That's funny.
All right, and that is it. So see y'all in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right.